NDTV Profit, where we get a closer look at Harsh's journey.
Hi there, I'm Sanjana and you are watching Dreamers, Builders, Disruptors on NDTV Profit. Today we have a special guest in our studio. He is a true maverick who has carved his place in the fiercely competitive world of real estate. Coming from a family legacy steeped in elegant jewelry since 1937, he made this very bold transition into luxury real estate, crafting bespoke residences and iconic landmarks. So without further delay, let's welcome Mr. Harsh Jagwani and uncover the story behind the spaces that are shaping Mumbai's skyline. Thank you so much, Harsh, for joining us and welcome to NDTV Profit. I'm going to ask the question, rather address the elephant in the room. Stepping into luxury real estate was obviously a very bold departure from your family's storied jewelry legacy, right? So what inspired you to take this leap and, what personal motivations drove you to choose such a different path?
So basically, I've been born and brought up in Bombay, right?
Yeah.
Bombay being a market, every person probably living in Bombay has some kind of investment or something to do with real estate.
Sure.
Maybe their house or their office, somebody does something like that.
Yeah.
When we were growing up, we did invest a lot with developers, saw the entire industry. Lost some money, made some money, but that's how I think most people in the city work.
Sure.
Then we started building buildings as my father started building, My father started building a few buildings one at a time, just as an investment kind of strategy. We would build a building, retain most of the commercial inventory within it, and then sell a few apartments or a few of the offices and move on.
Sure.
We took it full-fledgedly when I came back from college and he had more hands. So my sister looked after the jewelry and I started looking after the real estate bit. That's when we went completely into the development kind of a mode.
Got it.
And the luxury part of it, we were always into the luxury space as such, because jewelry's been there since maybe 80 or 80 years maybe now.
Yeah.
And we only do luxury jewelry as such. So this was not that much of a thought process difference, I think, compared to what we were already doing.
Correct. So, as a representative of the Notandas legacy, how did you navigate the personal challenges of carving your own path into an entirely new industry? You are telling me that, of course, there was some background, there was just some understanding that your father had kind of broken it in a little, but I think what you did was just come in and take the reins completely. Were there any moments of uncertainty that you had to overcome?
No, of course, quite a few. Yeah. So I call it lucky and unlucky at the same time. So we were very lucky that I got a full free hand to do whatever I wanted to do.
Yeah.
When I came in, probably we had one employee in real estate just handling older assets.
Yeah.
Nothing in development per se, old assets held, just the management of those assets. And then today we are about 95 people strong in over 3 years now, I think 3.5 years. So at least I got the opportunity. I had the basic understanding.
Sure.
This is your consultant, this is an architect, this is a licensing architect, this is a structural consultant, but I had a complete free hand how I wanted to move. So we made some mistakes. I also found good mentors in the due course to at least help me out, and a lot of questions were answered. Very, very helpful people I met across the timeline.
Lovely. And I think making mistakes is a big part of succeeding in any business, as long as you don't look at those mistakes as failures, right?
No, of course. So you cannot look at it as a failure.
Yeah.
If you go on, it's not failure anymore. It's just a mistake and you move on.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, we spoke earlier to your father and asked him how he reacted when he first got to know about your plans to strike out, okay? And how he sees your vision carrying forward the Notandas legacy of craftsmanship and luxury. So let's hear what he had to say.
So as Harsh, as soon as he came from after his education, finishing from UK, and in fact, even I was also waiting for somebody to join, and then when he came and expressed his ideas, and of course, then in fact, rather than I took his support, and we both got quite aggressive. with his ideas to expand the work, and touch wood, in a couple of years we've been really achieved the kind of in real estate a very good level of work what should be more than the expectation. He's proved himself also to be on the ground.
So proud?
It's like it's a proud moment. Both the kids touch wood have been quite very successful the way they have thought. In fact, as I told you, that's why the reason today I don't tell them no for anything. Whatever ideas they come up, they're open to, and they are doing a good job for the brand.
That's endearing.
He seems a lot more enthusiastic now than a few years ago, but yeah.
No, but tell me a little more about that. Was he not as enthusiastic a few years ago?
I mean, we came back also young, and
Sure.
he's of course enthusiastic about business in general.
Correct.
But again,
Yeah.
to again restart an entire journey, and then you want to be a part of it. It's a lot of
Yeah.
real estate also very capital intensive as a business. Any bet we take is a very large bet.
Yeah.
As such.
Yeah.
So of course you have that. I wouldn't say nervous. You don't have nerves, but
Hesitancy, yeah.
hesitant, of course.
Yeah.
But of course, once one does well, second does well, you start building confidence. So now now sometimes I pull him back.
Yeah. But let me scratch the surface further. What's it like working with and for your dad? Did you always know and think that would be, the path that you would carve out for yourself?
So it's really funny. When I started in real estate, we had maybe one project, so it was very, very hands-off.
Right.
It's like, you do yours, doesn't matter on the entire ecosystem, does well, doesn't do well, you figure it out your own manner.
Correct.
Then the second came, third came, fourth came, eighth came. Now it's probably a very large part of the entire ecosystem of Notandas, the group in terms of that sense. So now he's, of course, more hands-on compared to he was 3 years ago, which is usually very rare.
Yeah.
Usually it is that, there's a father and a son, and then the son joins, and then slowly the father starts moving out.
Yeah.
Here he's been moving in year on year because there's so much more happening in terms of action.
That's actually quite nice and very interesting, even for a father-son dynamic, right? In and out of business. Okay, so Notandas Realty is known for bespoke residences and iconic commercial landmarks. How are you infusing the same creativity and really the uncompromising luxury, right? The brand is known for that, from jewelers and, the vandals into your real estate projects.
So I think a few qualities which most developers have and we don't. It's not a good or bad thing. It's just generally.
It's okay.
Because
Just
of
an
the jewelry,
observation.
because of the just an observation. I think attention to detail. We're not doing massive projects, which is 2 million square foot, 3 million square foot, commoditizing real estate in general. Of course, everyone makes money and everyone's business model is different. So we like to do boutique developments, maybe about 2 lakh square foot, 3 lakh square foot, 4 lakh square foot, where quality can be controlled. We actually go out and put attention to detail in every corner, every clubhouse, every toilet, every corner as such. So it is very hard to do it at a larger scale.
Yeah.
We rather do it in multiple projects where there's a project lead and they do it in that sense. But doing 3 million square foot with attention to detail is not impossible for us also. It's not even possible for us, sorry.
Yeah.
So that's where we kind of think there's a differentiating factor.
Right.
Also,
just like designing jewelry.
Exactly.
Okay.
Just like designing jewelry. And then the second aspect is that I personally, it's a good or bad habit. We don't look at costing at all. We do look at costing, but everything always runs over cost. Because if we like something, we travel, we're in Dubai or Singapore.
Correct.
We like some kind of facade, we like some furniture, we click pictures, send it back to Bombay.
Yeah.
We like, source this is something new we've seen. So very passionate about it in general.
Right,
I think so.
Right, absolutely. And I think it's only when you really push the boundaries and take those kind of risks that you're then able to really see that vision convert into reality, right? Okay, so, talking of vandals, we also spoke with your sister Vandana about, your shared passion for creativity and shaping the future of the Notandas legacy. So let's listen to what she had to say as well.
So one of the most beautiful things is that we all have a very similar vision and goal in life. First though is we want to do good, then we want to scale, and before that we want to respect everything that is given to us. That was our upbringing. We have all different styles. That's a blessing, because then we fill each other's gaps. We don't all think the same. If all thought the same, that would just not be nice. Then wrong to wrong sab, right to right sab. So all four being completely different in their styles and approaches, but always having a common feeling is our one good thing in life.
Do you give each other advice, business advice?
Yeah, of course we do. I call it productive friction. Because that's when I think true creativity comes out. We have such different thought processes in general.
Yeah.
We try to find a midway. We don't fight like crazy that no work happens.
Correct.
Everyone has their own control of various things that they do.
Yeah.
But of course, we do fight tooth and nail that you should understand my point, get what I'm saying, then take your calculated decision.
Correct. Just like probably what you would have done when you were children as well, right? And I think there's a certain amount of trust that you also have when there are siblings also involved in that equation, business or otherwise,
No,
right?
of course, definitely.
Yeah. Okay. So what specific challenges did you face in building credibility? Because, you know, you have a jewelry legacy and trust in the real estate industry coming from a family that's well known for jewelry craftsmanship. Did you face any kind of pushback or any kind of challenges?
So I'll tell you honestly, when I joined, I had no trust in terms of no trust deficit in terms of a brand name. Everyone trusts the jeweler.
Correct.
Nobody trusts the developer. So that was kind of lucky for me specifically, that because the jewelry legacy was so old, clients and vendors and everyone really supported me.
Correct.
In that sense. But the flip side was again age. When most people come to buy apartments, or if I sat down with landowners, they're probably 55, 57. You want to offer them a large number for their land or for a joint venture. And they're like, who's this kid sitting in front of me? Where is his father? Call him and this thing. And I told you in the initial years, my father was also very, very hands-off.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
Even now, it's quite a certain extent.
Yeah.
So I would go one round meeting, second round meeting, third, and they're like, where's his father? Why isn't he coming? There have been a couple of transactions only come on the last day for a handshake.
Yeah.
Right? So then like, okay, now you get a face to the name. This is what is happening. So I think the major challenge was there in terms of age. I think now since we've got older, I think that pretty much, I'm still young for the industry standard, I believe so. But I think over time, that's how personal credibility got built over a few projects.
Correct, correct. And how do you think that you overcame that earlier, like that aspect of being taken seriously? Because I think that's across the board and we're seeing so many young entrepreneurs today. So I'm curious to understand if you had like advice to give, say, other young entrepreneurs who are struggling to be taken seriously or feeling intimidated in, you know, rooms where there are very, very senior people, what would you say to them?
I think if you know your stuff, just go ahead and continue doing what you're doing. If somebody doesn't appreciate it, maybe you don't want to do business with them as well.
Yeah, I think that's good advice. Yeah, for life as well, right? Okay, so looking at one of your standout realty projects, how did you channel your vision for architectural mastery to create something that's truly iconic? And what would you say was the defining moment in this entire journey?
So I wouldn't point out one particular project, but generally when we're developing a project on day one, when we're on a blank slate, every project since it's luxury, I would never build anything I couldn't move into. We relate to a lot to our clients. So now, of course, it keeps evolving. Our own tastes keep evolving. I would not build anything I couldn't move into in terms of luxury or spatial design or just planning in general. That's one major aspect I look at. Also, we go out and see what people are calling luxury in that market. And we, of course, want to push the envelope from there. So that is whatever we are planning is maybe on a bare minimum 20% more, I won't say superior, but we tried our best to put more things into it so our clients are more happy and they're actually proud of the development they move into in the future.
Right, right. That's a good approach to have, I think. And that's not just, you know, in your business. I think in most businesses, you really need to consider and put yourself in the shoes of the audience and the consumer. What would you say is your vision for Notandas Realty in the next decade? Are there plans to push the boundaries of real estate luxury and perhaps in other Indian regions or even global expansion?
Yeah, I think so. A decade is too far, honestly.
Good. I like this tenacity.
So a decade is too far, but definitely the way the income brackets in India are changing and then the global exposure Indian clients have now, so many of our clients are just the general population. I really think luxury is here to stay for a very, very long time in India, and just the general preference what people could sell as luxury in the past is not going to pass off.
Correct.
People are exposed to global landmarks, they go live in Dubai, look at the buildings there, they go live in Singapore, London, things like that. And we don't even, and honestly, even though we build here, we don't even have 25% of that kind of organization or quality or structure here today. I think so.
Correct.
So it's a long way for us to go as such.
But you'll get there.
Definitely.
Okay, so I'm going to switch the gears now for a realty vision round. So maybe a swift, precise, rapid-fire answers to highlight the strategy behind Notandas Realty. Okay, so I wish there was a hamper at the end of this.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay, one word to encapsulate Notandas Realty's mission.
It would be pushing the envelope. It's not a word, but I was just trying to...
A phrase. Okay, we'll let that pass. Design, location or sustainability, the cornerstone of a luxury project?
Location. I would say developer, but location on your options.
Your go-to strategy for overcoming a market challenge?
Just keep doing what you're doing. Persistence.
Nice. Name a global city apart from Mumbai you would want to build a project in and why?
I think Dubai now, just their policies and the creativity they have, I think it would be fun competing in that market.
Yeah, sure. The most valuable lesson you learned after starting Notandas Realty?
It would be challenges keep coming, keep moving on. Although you have everything, still you have challenges on a daily basis.
Nice. Partnership or innovation, what fuels real estate success?
I think partnerships.
Partnerships.
Partnerships,
Okay.
definitely.
One trend poised to redefine luxury real estate?
Again, I'm repeating, I think quality.
Okay.
Quality.
Okay, lovely. Thank you so much for your time. And I think you did really, really well.
Yeah, for the first time.
Yeah,
No?
fabulous. So well done. You're a veteran now, essentially. From jewelry to real estate, Harsh Jagwani and the Notandas family show us how creativity and uncompromising luxury create timeless legacies. From Mahesh's craftsmanship to Vandana's bold designs and Harsh's architectural mastery, the Notandas story is one of fearless innovation. Thank you, Harsh, for sharing your journey, and stay tuned for more stories of legacy and vision.
Today, we explored Harsh Jagwani's vision reshaping Mumbai's skyline with Notandas Realty's innovative projects. But the Notandas name has stood for fine jewelry, a legacy of elegance and luxury for more than 80 years. In episode 3 of Dreamers, Builders, Disruptors, we meet the OG, Mahesh Jagwani, who has kept this legacy alive. His bold leadership transformed Mahesh Notandas into a beacon of craftsmanship, inspiring a new generation. Join us on NDTV Profit to uncover Mahesh's journey and the heart of the Mahesh Notandas story that continues to create luxury.